And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Warrior Broadcast Network here for the 2025 spring game, our first football competition here from Warrior Stadium on the campus of St. Michael, the Archangel High School here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, over on Monitor Avenue. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Warrior Stadium. Some people probably are out there thinking that this day would have never been possible, but we are sitting in this beautiful facility that has been completed here within the last couple of months. Just talking to Coach Leger before the game, thinking that construction started last November, and here we are sitting on May the 13th, right here in our own Warriors Stadium. What we're about to get happening is our spring game as the football team is taking on Fountainebleau. This will be the first time we've had a spring game here on campus in quite some time. The format of it, we'll get into that in just a little bit, but we're coming to you live here from the Coach Todd Frugier broadcast booth here in Warrior Stadium again. And we're going to turn it over here in just a second to the Big Red Band from Warrior Land, who looks like they're getting ready to play their first number here on the field at our new Warrior Stadium. So we'll turn it over to that here in just a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just waiting here just for a second for the band to get going. All right, we are just Be back here in just a few minutes as the band is taking the field. Cheerleaders are forming their run out formation, and we're just waiting on the team to head down the hill for the first time. So we'll be back here, the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. Let's take a few minutes here to kind of go over what we are going to see today as far as the action out there on the field. We'll have a scripted portion of the scrimmage to start off with. It is 8 plays each for varsity for each side, offense and defense, and then they'll do 8 plays of JV each side from for offense and defense. That'll kick off or start at the 30-yard line. And then they'll move to the 50-yard line and go 8 plays again. Varsity, all time, offense and defense, varsity, 4 plays, offense and defense for JV. Then they'll take about a 5-minute break in there, and then right about 7 o'clock, they're going to go with 2 live quarters. So we'll go 8 to 12-minute quarters, just to kind of depend upon sort of the time frame that we're at, sort of where we, how late we start that. I'm sure that will determine whether they go 8 minutes or 12 minutes. They'll do a coin toss. They won't have a kickoff or kickoff return. They'll just start that with the ball on the 30-yard line, whoever gets possession first. Teams will be able to punt. There will be no rush. Ball will be downed on contact of the ball. And then teams will do a PAT or field goal attempt if they choose, again, with no rush. This is, being a spring game, most of the time you don't see a whole lot of special teams going on with that spring game action. It's not something that a whole lot of teams really focus on. Some teams may not have enough players, this or that, but it'll be something that we get to just kind of see them line up and run through the motions. But we will see full-on live tackling in the scripted portion. Obviously, full-on live action in the timed portion of today's spring game. Again, this is the first time we've had a spring game here on campus in quite a few years. Definitely the first time we have broadcasted a spring game from campus, and this is our inaugural broadcast here from the new stadium here on the Warrior Broadcast Network. So those of you out there tuning in this afternoon or late in the afternoon, early in the evening, hopefully this will be something that you tune into for many Friday nights come the fall as we sort of debut the 2025 version of the St. Michael Warrior football team. But we're just kind of waiting on the team to come down the hill for the first time and to hit the tunnel and do their first run out here on our new home stadium. So we'll be back here in just a few minutes. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And here come the Warriors heading down the hill for the first time, led by head coach Zach Leger. This is one of those moments, I'm sure, as Coach Leger is heading down. He's thinking to himself, man, this is something that I don't know if I would ever see happen here at St. Michael, but he gets the privilege of coaching the first team to play at our new home stadium. And our new run-out tunnel as well, with the big St. Michael M sword out front. The St. Michael Warriors on either side of it. No. And here come your St. Michael Warriors to the field for the first time here on Warrior Stadium. Got to tell you, got a little goosebumps right there, seeing the team run out for the first time at a place that I've been at for quite a long time. Been doing these broadcasts for several years, and just like talking to Coach Leger, didn't really think this would happen, but here we are today as Warriors in their first spring game action taking on Fontainebleau. At this time, we'll just turn it over to Big Red Band from Warriorland for the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Warrior Stadium for the 2025 spring game between the Fontainebleau Bulldogs and your St. Michael Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please stand and remove your hats as Emma Perrion gives the invocation for tonight's game. Then please remain standing as the Warrior Band, under the direction of Dr. Kevin Andrew, perform our national anthem.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we gather today for the first game at our new Warrior Stadium. We ask your blessing over this field, all who gather here, and especially over the hearts of our Warriors, those playing tonight and those who will follow in the generations to come. Grace them with your presence, and in it that they find the gifts of courage, fortitude, and resilience. Whether in victory or in defeat, may we always honor your name and give you all the glory. Saint Sebastian and Saint Michael, defend us, and pray for the players in tonight's game. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your Big Red Band from Warrior Land. As we are about to get things rolling, we do not have a roster for Fontainebleau, so we'll just kind of be calling out numbers and just sort of doing the best we can. And then we do have the spring roster for the Warriors. This is the most of the roster from last year, obviously minus the senior class of 2025. So this is your on the 2024 team, your juniors, your sophomores, and your freshmen out there this afternoon. So again, they'll start at the 30-yard line, and then each team will have 8 plays, offense and defense varsity. Then they'll switch over and go JV. Same thing, 8 plays, offense, defense. And then we'll kind of cycle through and sort of update you as we go on those particulars as far as kind of how they're running this this spring game scrimmage. All right, so it'll be Fontainebleau on offense to get things started out there for the Warriors. At corners, you have C.J. Levinson, number 1, Johnny McCarty, number 0, and Quinn Wyndham with the sack. Wyndham and Jackson Sampson met at the quarterback, took him down all the way back at the, they're marking it, I believe, at the 16-yard line. So a huge loss. Your other lineman out there, number 82, Jude Sherwood, is the other defensive end along with Jackson Sampson. And then at defensive tackles, number 44, Cooper Hurst, and number 69, Aiden Horton at inside linebackers. Like you have number 22, Peyton Dawson. Will run up the middle. Number 25 gets open, and he is going to take it all the way to the house. A huge gain, 84-yard scamper. He just kind of got right up inside, and the entire Warrior defense just got sucked inside, and they hit the crease, and he was gone. There's a flag back at the 38-yard line, so this will come back. It'll be no touchdown, but it is a huge gain. In there at your outside, your other inside backer. I believe that's number 10, Brady Patt. And your 2 outside backers, number 9, Quinn Wyndham, and number 14, Ethan Sutton. So it'll be a block in the back. The ball will be placed down at the 48-yard line of the Warriors. So that big play was brought back due to the block in the back penalty. Got about a 38-yard gain. It'll be a little bit of a different offense here for Fontainebleau. They're running this tackle over offense. Number 10 is your quarterback. He's going to take it on the sweep to the strong side, the wide side, and going to get run out of bounds by Peyton Dawson after a pickup of what looks like about 7. So it'll be 2nd and 3. Ball at the 41-yard line. So 2nd and 3 from the 41. The box is over there showing 4. It'll be 2nd down. I'm not sure why the box has 4. It'll be the 4th. It'll be the 4th play of the session. They switched it. Little counter action. C.J. Levinson had him. That's going to be a face mask penalty. So that'll be tacked on an extra little bit due to the face mask. The carry was by number 1. He got the first down. It's like they're going to spot him at the, look like the 28-yard line. The personal foul, face mask, they'll add 15 yards onto the end of the run, so that'll push Fontainebleau down inside the 20, so they're going to be in the red zone. So ball will be at the 22. So just outside the red zone. It'll be 1st and 10 from that spot. This will be play number 5. And that's no false start there. Looked like it was some movement. Peyton Dawson gets in the backfield. Big sack. Lost about 10 yards back to the 32-yard line. So the 2 times that Fontainebleau has tried to drop back to pass, not been so successful for them. They have eaten some huge sack yardage. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 32-yard line of the Warriors. Again, Fontainebleau running that tackle over offense out of the gun. They got a new quarterback back there, number 3. He's going to try the sweep again. This was a pretty successful play earlier. He's going to end up gaining back what looks like the sack yardage. So he's going to gain 10 yards. Peyton Dawson, I believe, was the one who ran him out of bounds after the 10-yard gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 22-yard line of the Warriors. So big 3rd down here. If the Warriors can get the stop, maybe force a field goal attempt. And there goes the tackle over. So the tackle will be over into the boundary. Back flip sides. They're going to run the fake. Nice job by the Warrior defense. Jackson Sampson and Ethan Sutton combined for what is a 1-yard loss. All right, so that'll be 4th down. Let's see what the Fontainebleau is going to go with here. It's like they're going to go for it. Might as well. I mean, it's just the scripted portion of the spring game here. So it'll be 4th down. Ball will be at the 33-yard line. They're going to drop back, pressure again. Number 3 is going to slip out of there. He's not going to get it. He's going to go down around the 20-yard line. Cooper Hurst was there along with a couple other Warriors. As Warriors get the stop right there on 4th down. So that was the 8th play of this roll. So they'll just flip, go back down to So they're going to move back down to the other side, back down to the 30-yard line, and once again, there'll be the Warrior offense out there on the field. Some of you out there who listen in and tune in to us here on the Warrior Broadcast Network probably saying it seems a little quiet up there. That's because my broadcast partner, Mr. Jeffrey Vaccaro, is not here today. He is enjoying himself on his honeymoon, so we want to congratulate Jeff on his getting married a couple of weeks ago to his wife, Courtney. So if they're out there watching on YouTube across the pond over there in England or over there in Europe, we want to say a big shout out to them. But Jeff will be back in the fall right here with us. So Warriors take it. It'll be Boogie Livingston, hands off to Nathan Contine. The operation in the backfield was not smooth at all. It was a bobbled snap, but the play was very successful as Nathan Contine, who's back at running back, picks up about 6 yards, 7 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7. We'll get the rest of the Warrior starters for you here in just a second. Again, Boogie Livingston at quarterback. Nathan Contine is the running back. It's C.J. Livingston who's in motion as a wide receiver. The other wide receiver is Johnny McCarty. Your tight end is Jackson Sampson. Your superback or H-back is number 20, Grant Baldwin. So 3rd and 5 after a loss of 2. Got a lot of new faces up there on the offensive line for the Warriors. Only one returning starter. That's number 74 left tackle, Doug Kelly. Looks like it's Kelly, Doug Kelly, Gordy White, Graham Kleinpeter. Boogie's going to come up just short. Graham Kleinpeter at center. And then David Allen at right guard and Noah Bourgeois at your right tackle. That's how the Warriors are going to start up front. Better snap that time. Boogie on the scramble. He picked up a couple. Going to make it 4th and 2. Going to bring Jackson Sampson back in the game. See if the Warriors put it in the air for the first time. Contine and Baldwin in the backfield. We'll check with me. Contine got nowhere to go. He gets swarmed over by several Bulldogs. Or a pack of Bulldogs. So that'll be real game, be a turnover on downs, but we'll be back to first down. Ball be placed back at the 30-yard line. Warriors going to run 8 plays again. They'll be about to run 4 more plays here in this roll on offense for the Warriors. Warriors come out with 3 receivers. That's Willett is the 3rd receiver in there for the Warriors. Boogie going to try to dump it and incomplete, trying to hit McCarty. Warriors tried the play action pass there on first down. Boogie got caught in between whether he wanted to try to keep that or whether he wanted to throw it. Probably best that he just dumped it off. The Warriors coming out with a 4 receiver set now. Jack Boyle's in as the middle of the 3 to the top of the screen. Boogie lets it fire. McCarty pulls it down. Out of bounds. First down. Warriors. Gets out to the 41-yard line. 11-yard pickup on the out route. The Warriors will have 2 more plays here on this series for the varsity. Warriors are going to stay in their 3-receiver set. Motion from CJ. Going to take it on the jet sweep. And not a whole lot of blocking out there. He's going to lose a couple. New super back in there is number 32, Zane Edwards, sophomore. Warriors same formation. Fake up the middle. Contine going to get thrown forward. That's going to be enough for the first down. The tackle was made, and the tackler threw him forward. That'll be enough for the first down, but that'll be the last play of this series for the Warriors. So we'll go to a series of 8 plays now for the quote-unquote JV, as we are calling it. You're probably going to end up seeing a lot of the same faces out there for the Warriors. So we'll be back here in just a minute. This is Warrior Broadcast Network.
Possession will now switch over to the Fontainebleau Bulldogs. It'll be first down and 10. Once again from the 30-yard line.
So possession is going to go to Fontainebleau. Try to pick up the new faces out there for the Warriors. Like up front, you have number 29, Champ Williams, in the game, along with number 34, Carson Debate. You have number 25, Brady Petrie out there, 23, Hayden East, number 24, Kane Guitro, number 19, Alex Mayu, number 30, Tyler Graves out on the field. And the handoff, number 4 gets around the outside. Mayu forces it out, and the Warriors pick it up. That's Peyton Dawson. Picks it up. The turnover. Mayu came up and made the hit and forced the fumble. Mayu put his helmet right on the football and recovered by Peyton Dawson. So good job right there to get things started. Also number 10, Brady Pat out there along with Peyton Dawson in the middle for the Warriors. Warriors a little confused on with their alignment. Be the quarterback, Power. Champ Williams had him in the backfield, but was able to get out of it. And a couple of Warriors ran into each other right there. Number 9 taken down. A couple subs coming in. Number 75, Cohen Anselmo. Number 33, Finn Stromberg. And number 39, Kyle Prohaska checking in for the Warriors. Handoff, number 4. Gets inside. Picks up a couple on second down. Ball will be spotted at the 44-yard line. So now a second and 7. little slow over there on the down marker box on the sideline. Quarterback sweep, number 7. Stiff arms. Champ Williams in the backfield. Champ got through. Made the contact with the quarterback, but he gained a couple more yards out to the 47-yard line. So 3rd and 4. Correction, at the 45-yard line. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 45. So it'll be a 3rd and 6. He only picked up about a yard. A good job right there by the Warriors to string out that quarterback sweep. Number 9 back in at quarterback. Fake. You're going to drop back to pass it. He's got a receiver running open. He can't come down with it. Number 6. Slow to get up. That's probably just the disappointment of dropping that ball. Quarterback laid it right over top of Kane Guitro, who was in coverage. Would have been plenty enough for the first down. Just could not come down with it. A couple more faces out there for the Warriors, like number 31, Ethan Ledette, number 41, Brock Mathern, Nathan Contine out there on defense, number 6, Grayson Stromberg out there. Try to get those subs as much as we can. Do a shout out to those guys here early. Brody Osborne, number 43, is in at free safety. Dropping back to pass again. A little pressure put on the helmet on the ground. And flags are going to go all over the place. You got 2 flags back at about the 25-yard line. Then you have another flag on the sideline at the 25-yard line. This may be penalties on the Warriors altogether with getting their hands too far up in the helmet area. Maybe a hands to the face right there in the middle of the field, and probably a face mask over there on the sideline on the tackle. And we'll see what the referee is going to signal here. Ineligible downfield. Personal foul, face mask. Those penalties will offset. We will replay the first down at the 30-yard line. So kind of the whole no harm, no foul on that play. All right. First down at the 30-yard line for Fontainebleau. And almost a botched handoff. Number 4 is out in the open. He's going to take it all the way to the house. Almost got tripped up by the 20-yard line, but he's going to take it into the end zone for a 70-yard touchdown. The 20-yard line almost snuck up and made a great tackle to save that touchdown, but the running back was able to stay on his feet. Like the left side of the Warrior defense got pretty much completely caved in. And there literally was two guys there, Guitro, who was getting blocked, and then Brock Mathern, who was far down the field, just couldn't get off their blocks and make a play. So after the touchdown, we'll go back to the 30-yard line. Start it all over again. I believe Fontainebleau may have two more plays here in this run of plays. Either have one or two. Either this is the last one or they're going to have one more after this. It is a Fontainebleau team, 5A school from over in Covington. Used to be one of the bigger high schools in the state as far as student population. Inside handoff, picking and choosing. There goes number 25. He is going to take it to the house. And he's going to easily get in the end zone for another 30-yard huge run right through the middle of the Warrior defense. And so that was the last play for the Bulldogs. It'll be first down for the Warriors. So first down and 10 for St. Michael at the 30-yard line. It'll be the second unit. It'll be Boogie Levinson at quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Contine. Contine going to try to get up the middle. It looks like the Warriors are going with pretty much their starters here. Or the starters that they started with, at least. That was communicated to the Fontainebleau coach, Coach Leger, and Fontainebleau's head coach have had some conversations about who they're playing, when they're playing, kind of why they're doing it, due to some of the LHSA eligibility rules and whatnot. Boogie getting flushed out. He's got an open receiver. Sampson couldn't come down with it after a bad snap. Boogie picked it up and was able to roll to his right. He got off a pretty good pass to a wide open Jackson Sampson, but Sampson couldn't get up. The 6'2" Sampson couldn't quite get up high enough to pull it down. Like, we got both Channel 2 and Channel 9 in the house here for the spring game, the opening game of Warrior Stadium here. So it'll be third down and 8. Boogie going to drop back. He's got pressure right up in his face, all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And that is going to put them in a really, really, really bad spot. It'll be fourth and quite long. And they'll just elect to, Warriors are going to quote-unquote elect a punt. So it'll go back to first down, back at the 30-yard line. Again, the Warriors are breaking in quite a few new linemen out there. They have one returning starter out there for them on the offensive line, and that is Doug Kelly. Everybody else is brand new, including the quarterback. They got a new quarterback. They're going to have to get involved in the game. Nice pass to Jackson Sampson for a good gain out to the 44-yard line. So a nice 14-yard pitch and catch. Boogie to Sampson. Boogie got a little action last year in the regular season at quarterback. Your receivers are also returning guys, but you had lost your entire offensive backfield last year. Knox Poirier is a super back. John Martinez, Nathan Saylor at running back. Brock Hamilton as your quarterback. So the Warriors are having to break in a lot of new players. Boogie on the run. He's got some room. Breaks in the open. Takes it down to, they're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. Nice run right there from Boogie. About a 26-yard run on the old zone read. The first down Warriors. Down in the Fountainebleau, to the Fountainebleau 30. All this is today is about a lot of coaching. A lot of coaching points for both teams. Both teams have only had a few practices heading into this. You don't get a month for a practice heading into the spring game. C.J. Levinson in the open, 5 down, looks like just inside the 5-yard line. C.J. Levinson took the jet sweep down to the 4. There'll be another first down. Warriors. 26-yard run by C.J. First and goal from the 4. And I think this may be the Warriors' last play. We'll get into a lot of the other storylines briefly here for the Warriors heading into this new season. Boogie fumbles the snap again, and he couldn't pick it up. That's the one where he just needs to fall on the ball. He's just got to fall on the ball. He tried to pick it up and run with it, and it will be a turnover. But I believe that was the last play. And so they're going to bring it back down to the 50-yard line now. So Warriors will be on defense first. It'll be 8 plays from the 50-yard line. Correction. 6 plays here from the 50-yard line. All right. So it'll be from the 50-yard line right here in front of us here in the Coach Todd Frugier broadcast booth. Fake toss, and that one is not going to gain much of anything. They're going to give him a yard. We got a player down on the ground. It's one of the Warriors. I think that's Ethan Sutton, so we'll take a injury timeout here as Coach Reagan Hutchins heads on out to see what's going on with Sutton. So we'll be back. The Warrior Broadcast Network. Sutton being helped off. Looks like a possible ankle injury. Being helped over to the tent. Saw way too many of that last year. Lost John Martinez to an ankle injury about halfway through the season. A couple other Warriors. Nathan Saylor went out with an ankle. A couple other guys, especially at that running back spot. This time at that outside linebacker spot, you had Hayden Evans also went down with an ankle early in the year. So hadn't been something that's been a whole lot of luck for the Warriors. And the pass incomplete. It'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Little rollout pass. I do not think throwing the football is going to be Fontainebleau's calling card this year. Does not seem to be the go-to for them. They have not looked too sharp in their passing game here thus far. Or that's going to kind of be the story, especially at this point in the season, when you get into these spring games where the pass game is going to be the one that's going to take the longest to kind of come around. That'll be 3rd and 9. Pass incomplete, intended for number 1, Johnny McCarty on the coverage. So that'll be 4th down now. So they're respotting it at the 50-yard line. Warrior defense did a nice job there holding Fontainebleau to just a yard in those first 3 plays. Nice to see the Warrior senior cheerleaders getting to cheer at least one time here at Warrior Stadium. It'll be a quarterback keeper again. Champ Williams is going to be a face mask. They had a flag come in from the far side of the field and then come in from the white hat. That's definitely going to be a face mask. I'm not sure if both of those flags are the face mask. But Champ, that was pretty obvious. He reached out and just grabbed the whole handful of the quarterback's face mask. That's going to be a 15-yarder. And then Jackson Sampson came in and hit the quarterback as he didn't have had his helmet off. Thank God he avoided an injury right there. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty. Yeah, personal foul, face mask. The one Champ just has to get his hands down a little bit instead of reaching for the up around the head in the face mask area. Just grab the shoulders, the shoulder pads. Champ's a youngster. He's only going to be a sophomore, rising sophomore. Just played some JV for us last year. Was varsity, not eligible for varsity due to transfer rules as a freshman. He'll be number 3 back at quarterback. And go with the quarterback sweep to the wide side, cut back. Sampson is there for the tackle. It's going to be a pickup, though, of 7. Now they're going to give him 8. They're going to give him out to the 7-yard line. They're going to give him out to the 33-yard line. Nope, correction. They're going to give him 8. Yeah, the referee down here on our sideline on the near side was spotted at the 32. The referee on the top, the far side of the field, was spotting it at the back of the 33. So 2nd and 2 from the 32. New quarterback in there. The rush went right by him. He's going to get outside. Peyton Dawson's going to ride him down from the back, and they're going to throw the flag from the middle of the field, and you're going to get him on the horse collar. The referee that was closest to the play didn't throw the flag. The one back in the middle of the field threw the play. So there's going to be a horse collar. Personal foul. I'm going to call face mask. It's more of a horse collar. They're going to switch sides. It'll be the Warrior offense taking their snaps here from the 50-yard line. It's like they're going to throw in a little bit of a new group out there. Yeah, Warriors are going to come out with a whole new group of guys. Believe that's going to be Eli Miller at quarterback. Some new linemen will be out there. A couple new linemen as well. Jack Boyles at receiver. Damian Willett, Alex Mayu, receiver. And Romero, Gavin Romero, the sophomore, number 15, right up the middle. Taken down for no gain on the play. It is Eli Miller at quarterback. Fake to Romero. Miller gets hit, loses the ball, and he's able to, I think he fell back on it. There was a fight for the ball. And nope, that was recovered by Fontainebleau, so that'll be a turnover. Miller, just as he was getting ready to wind up and throw, he got hit. So the turnover will be 1st and 10. Tyler Graves split out at wide receiver. Miller drops back again. He's going to have to scramble, and he's going to get taken down for a loss. Got hit first by number 40, then got drilled by a couple other defenders. Nobody open. A lot of pressure. Looks like Seth Kimball in there at center. It's like your right guard is number 53, Tyler Bro. I believe that's still Gordy White at the left guard. Noah Bourgeois still at right tackle. Romero, not a whole lot there. He loses the football, just gets it ripped right out of his hand for the turnover. That's number 51. Luke Rougeau is also in there for the Warriors. So that's another fumble, another turnover. They're going to re-spot it again at the 50. It'll be 1st down again. Miller going to toss it up, trying the jump ball on the sideline to Jack Boyles just as he was getting hit. And I believe that is going to be the final play of the 6 for the Warriors. So it'll be the Warrior defense, the quote JV or the twos going out there for the Warriors on defense. Ball will be spotted again at the 50-yard line. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. It'll be Warriors on defense. Inside reverse handoff, counterplay. Nice job by the Warrior defense. That's Brady Petrie there. Gain of nothing.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
The quarterback sweep again. Bulldogs had everybody on this side of the field just completely blocked. Contine takes the quarterback down all the way at the 25-yard line after a 25-yard gain. Contine with a little hip drop there on that tackle. Might have been a 15-yarder in the NFL. That was probably about the only way he was going to get number 7 down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25 for Fontainebleau. Quarterback power. And Prohaska stepping up, making a play. Good job right there by the sophomore, Kyle Prohaska. Couple new faces in there. Like number 27, Carson Swatty. Like number 45, Vincent Weiss. Along with number 90, Larry Baez. Handoff to the left side. Prohaska diving at his feet, misses him. And he catches the corner, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. And Bulldogs are going to get a couple more plays as they bring it back to the 50-yard line once again.
Ball will be respotted at the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
All right. It'll be 1st and 10 once again for Fontainebleau. Drop back. They're going to throw it up. Complete. Wide open to number 6, Brody Osborne with the tackle. That pass resembled more of a wounded duck than it did a spiral, but it was effective enough for the 25-yard completion down to the 25-yard line. They've been known to have a few deer stands in the woods over there behind the visitors' stand, so somebody must have been back there with a little target practice, hit that pass. It was quite a wobbler. And jumping off sides are the Warriors. All right, so that was the last play there for Fontainebleau, where defense was able to keep him out of the end zone. So it'll go over to the Warrior offense again.
First down, Warriors.
Splitting out here to the near side, number 88, Connor Pleasant, the senior. And whistles. And maybe the Warriors were missing somebody. I'm not sure. They broke the huddle, went into formation, and then had to come right back. Connor Pleasant again, split out here to the near side. Wyndham in at quarterback. Romero on the sweep to the far side of the field. Just got strung out there. Taken down after about a yard gain. We got an injured, it's like Fontainebleau player over there about on the 5 of the 50-yard line. So we'll take a quick timeout for injury. It's the Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. All right, we are back. Handoff again. Romero looking. He's going to bounce it outside again. And as soon as he saw a little trouble in front of him, he just stopped his feet instead of accelerating through. He picked up 5. It would be 3rd and 3. Like Prohaska in there at superback. Mayu and Darsum are your receivers. Quinn Wyndham again at quarterback. Up the middle, and ball popped out again. Another fumble and turnover. Romero just had the ball just ripped straight out of his hand. So it'll be back to first down for the Warriors. They'll have 3 more plays. There could be a slight adjustment to the game plan here. Like Petrie on a nice carry for 9 yards down to the 41. So it looks like what we're going to do after this is we're going to head into a 5-minute break. It's like we're going to bypass the round of plays from the 20-yard line from the red zone and head straight into the timed portion. They'll go with, according to Coach Leger, via Mr. Coach Billy Reeves, to a 12-minute quarter. And fumbled snap, picked up by the running back. Seen quite a few of those mishaps on the snap. Petrie picks it up, lost a couple. That's definitely going to be something here moving through the summer for about the next 2 months. About the next 2 months that Warriors are really going to have to work on is that snap from the center to the quarterback operation. Wyndham going to roll out. He had a receiver wide open deep. decided to check it down to number 34, Debate, who hit him right in the hands and couldn't come down with it. So one thing we're finding out here is something that everybody really knew from looking at the practice field is as we get here to the 7 o'clock hour, so this will be kind of the way it'll look come the early season. It's like that far side of the field to the camera's left there, press to the left of the press box will get quite shaded along with most of the visitor stands, whereas unfortunately the home stands are going to bear the brunt of a lot of sun here early in the game, unfortunately. So we'll take a little bit of a break here. We'll be back with the timed portion. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. All right. So out the coin toss, your captains, number 22, Peyton Dawson, number 0, Johnny McCarty, and number 7, Jackson Sampson. So we'll have the coin toss and basically play regular football here for what we believe is just going to be a 12-minute quarter. All right, Fontainebleau, like they won the toss. They have elected to receive, which in this format, with it just being a scrimmage and the one little quarter and everything like that, of course they're going to elect to receive here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for some live football. The players are ready. The coaches are ready. The officials are ready. Warrior fans, make some noise if you are ready. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 30-yard line.
All right, it'll be Fontainebleau ball, 1st and 10 from the 30. Referee coming over to have a word with Coach Leger. See what they're trying to talk about. Not real sure. White Hat's going to jog down the sideline, talking to one of the other officials on the sideline. First down, ball, handoff right up the middle. And looks like about a 5-yard pickup to the 35-yard line. Sampson and Guitro combined for the stop there. And Sampson in the backfield trips up the quarterback back at the 30-yard line. It's a 5-yard loss. Quarterback sweep. Sampson got through and just got enough of the ankle of the quarterback to take him down.
All right, Warrior fans, it's third down. Make some noise.
Third down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Drop straight back. A lot of room over here. Quarterback is going to pick up all the way out to the 40, almost the 50-yard line. They're going to get 15 yards tacked onto that as Quinn Wyndham hit the quarterback, number 10, quite late out of bounds. Just not necessary, and Coach Leger told Quinn just that. That was just not necessary. So after a 20-yard pickup, we'll have a personal foul, late hit, out of bounds. So that'll be 15 more yards, so down to the 35. So the 20-yard pickup turns into a 35-yard pickup, and the Bulldogs are all the way down at the 35-yard line of the Warriors. Inside handoff, number 25. He's bouncing around. Ball comes free. I think he was able to pick it back up. pickup of about a yard. The ball came out. And I think the running back just reached out with his paw and was able to pull it back in. So it'll be a 2nd and 9 from the 34. Didn't really see who was able to force that fumble. There's a lot of Warriors in there. Pop pass completed to number 23, the tight end. Got right behind the linebackers. It's just an old little pop pass. Fake inside. There was one of the receivers that released. Came down with it. And they had a bunch receiver set of 3. That was the middle receiver on the ball. Just popped right open. Number 25, right through. Touchdown for the Bulldogs. Warriors got piled up in there. There was no defender that was able to come across from the 2nd or 3rd level, and he takes it into the corner for the touchdown. So Fontainebleau will line up for the PAT. There will be no rush. Looks like Fontainebleau might be waiting on a holder or a kicker. Yep, like they're waiting on a holder. It's up, and it is good. So 7-0 here with 8:59 left to go. We'll be back. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. Warriors will take over. First down to the 30-yard line. Handoff. Contine picks up 9. No, they're going to give him the first down. Warriors. Contine with a nice 10-yard pickup right there. Snap was a little high and outside. Boogie is able to corral it and pick up about a yard. And that has been the little bit of a problem there for the Warriors on that snap. Had a lot of trouble with that. The Warriors breaking in several new offensive linemen. Instead, just one returner being Doug Kelly. Couple new faces again on the sideline for the Warriors. Couple faces not down there on the sidelines for the Warriors. Both players and coaches. Contine hitting the backfield. He's going to get stopped for a loss by a host of Bulldogs. So he's going to go down at the 39-yard line. Lost 2 yards, 3rd and 11. So 3rd and 11, 4 receivers. Boogie going to drop back, going to let it go up to McCarty. Incomplete, broken up. So Warriors are going to come out to punt. One major player that will become a significant factor for the Warriors offensively that is not participating today is number 2, Deontay Campbell, the running back who was hurt with a knee injury early on last season. One of the many injuries the Warriors suffered in their backfield. At one point, their first 3 guys were down, and Campbell, Martinez, Saylor, all 3 of them at some point got hurt. Both Campbell and Martinez at some point were lost for the season. The Warriors are going to punt. This ball will be kicked away. It'll be fielded, and it'll basically be downed right there. Ben Jones back to punt. Warriors also working in a new deep snapper. Ball be kicked down and downed at the 36-yard line by Willett. So it'll be first down for Fontainebleau at the 36.
Fontainebleau will take over. It'll be 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line for Fontainebleau. Handoff number 25. He's wiggling his way, kind of shimmying and shaking. He got to the 40. He's going to pick up 4 yards.
Dawson and Brady Pat on the stop. For your 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
Dawson and Pat combined for the stop. Hayden East just half a step too late as he comes from the backside and hits the quarterback just before he was letting that one go. Be Dylan Wright and Noah Bourgeois coming in the game for the Warriors. And King Guitro coming out with a little bit of a cramp. The 3rd down for the Warriors here on defense. Trying to get the stop down 7-0 here. Drop back. Flushed out of the pocket. Receiver wide open. Slung down out of bounds by Brady Pat. So first down, Fontainebleau in the Warrior territory at the 46-yard line. Number 3 in at quarterback on the keeper, Livingston, C.J. Livingston coming from the backside, making the tackle. And it's like a timeout, referee timeout. So be hydration timeout here with 5:57 left to go in the time portion. So we'll take a timeout with them. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, during this hydration timeout, let's hear it for Coach Reagan Hutchins and Coach Emily Clark and their athletic training staff for keeping our Warriors ready to play. Great job, y'all.
All right, we are back. It'll be 2nd and 5. It'll be number 3 back at quarterback. Quarterback sweep coming. He's going to pull up the pass. Nope. Just the old run pass option there. Number 3 scrambles down to the 32-yard line for another first down for Fontainebleau. Running backs flipping sides. Handoff straight off that left tackle. Again, Fontainebleau just running a tackle over offense. They're just overloading one side of the line. Just the whole idea just to kind of force you to adjust to that odd front that Fontainebleau is presenting to you. Sweep to the right, to the strong side. And 25 keeping his feet moving. Tough to take down. Looks like he's going to come up maybe, if that spot of the down marker is right, maybe just short of the first down. Timeout, St. Michael, so we'll take a timeout with them. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Fontainebleau at the 22-yard line. Be number 10 back at quarterback. Throw the flat pass. Nice tackle right there by Kane Guitro. all over him. That's about the 10th helmet that has just come off for Fontainebleau. A couple of those helmets that have come off for Fontainebleau have been because the Warriors grabbed at the face mask, but several helmets have just slipped off of the Fontainebleau players' heads. Tighten up them chin straps. 2-yard loss back to the 24-yard line. Nice play right there by Kane Guitro. 2nd and 12. Fontainebleau taking their time, bleeding away some of this clock. Hand off, little cut back to the left. Warriors, nice job of stacking them up. Brady Pat and Jackson Sampson were there to meet the ball carrier for a couple of yard loss. It's going to be about a 2-yard loss back to the 26-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 14. Drop back pass. Only 2 receivers in the route. You got several. Number 10 going to scramble all the way back across the field. Get run out of bounds. The flag going to be thrown way back at the 31-yard line. It's going to be a holding penalty. Quarterback number 10 scrambled out to close to they're going to mark him at the 10. That would have been enough for the 1st down. So the Warriors are going to go ahead and accept this penalty and push them back. Force a 3rd and really long. So ball will be pushed back to the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and very long. It's like the Bulldogs need the 12-yard line for a 1st down. Number 3 drops back. He's going to scramble. Guitro grabs a hold of the face mask and pulls him down. So that will negate the what would probably going to be a turnover or a forced punt. Guitro got his hand up in the face mask. That'll be, you want to say, the 3rd or 4th face mask penalty on the Warriors. Penalty flag was thrown back at the 42-yard line. Personal foul on the defense. On the face mask. That'll be automatic 1st down. So big mistake there for the Warriors. We're about to get off of the field. The face mask penalty is going to give them 1st down. Ball's going to be spotted down at the 21-yard line. As now there's a discussion on the whether that was an automatic 1st down or not. So referee signaled the automatic 1st down. don't think it is an automatic first down. Seems to be the opinion of the officials up here in the booth that it was not an automatic first down, and they're going to kind of talk about it now again. And they're going to have to reset the chain. So not the automatic first down. So it'll be third down at the 21-yard line. Be a 3rd and 5. They need the 16-yard line for the first down. The Warriors got a chance to maybe get a stop here. And the handoff, number 25. He's going to delay. He's going to get enough. He's going to get all the way down inside the 10-yard line to the 9. First and goal at the 9. We're ticking down towards 2 minutes. We got 2:15 left to go in the running quarter here. And taken down for a loss in the backfield. Jackson Sampson again on the stop. That's going to go back to the 14, so a loss of 5. A 5-yard loss there, back to the 14-yard line. Second and goal now from the 14-yard line for the Bulldogs. Quarterback sweep again, and might have picked up close to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to get to the mark him at the 11, so picked up 3, a little short of that original line. Third down and goal. Straight drop back. Scrambling outside the pocket is the quarterback. Champ Williams runs him down.
Champ Williams on the tackle.
Takes the quarterback down out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Looks like Fontainebleau's going to run out their field goal unit. Try this. Field goal going to be spotted somewhere around about the 14-yard line. So a 24-yard field goal attempt here for Fontainebleau. Number 13 on the kick for the Bulldogs. No rush coming. Kick is up. And it is no good. He missed to the right. So the Warriors are going to have 33 seconds. See if they can put something together here. So 33 seconds. A very, very green offense. And kind of a vanilla offense. Let's see if the Warriors can pop something here. You're probably not going to see anything that they would usually have in there, pulling out of their tool bag here to run, but they're gonna try something. They're gonna try anything they can here to score. The Fontainebleau is gonna send all their defensive backs deep. They're going to go 3 across. They're going to go 4 across at about the 45-yard line. That missed field goal, it brings it out to the 30-yard line here.
30-yard line. First down, Warriors.
So Warriors got 33 seconds to try to go 60 yards. Or 70 yards. Excuse me. And Boogie at quarterback. There's a little discussion again over there on the sideline between the referees and the Fontainebleau coaches. Now the white hat's going to still talking to Fontainebleau's coach. That's what I thought. The ball should be back at the 20-yard line, not the 30-yard line. So they're going to make that adjustment. That's definitely what the conversation was regarding of exactly where this ball should be placed. My eyes are correct. I believe I see the one and only former head football coach here at St. Michael, Mr. Eric Held, over on the other sideline here for the opening game of Warrior Stadium. One of the legends in the high school coaching ranks, Mr. Eric Held. First down, Warriors. Contine. Eric Held now working over at LSU, directing their high school outreach relation program. So timeout Warriors, they'll take that timeout with 23 seconds left. We'll be back. So we have been informed that we'll go into one more 12-minute quarter. They will not be taking a break here, so we'll get two running time, regular football quarters here. But at first, it'll be the Warriors with the ball. The 23 seconds left. Ball at the 30-yard line. Boogie going to drop back. Going to scramble outside the pocket. Look underneath. Nice pass. Complete to McCarty on the sideline. Got out of bounds. Going to stop the clock at 17 seconds. Ball be spotted at the 36-yard line of the Warriors. 2nd and 4. Boogie straight drop back. Going to have to step up in the pocket. Little sidearm sling across the middle. Complete again to McCarty. First down, Warriors. 9 seconds left. Timeout, Warriors. So we'll take a timeout with them. It's Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, 1st and 10 from the 48 with 9 seconds left. Boogie can't control the snap. He gets out of there, going to throw it up, hits his brother, CJ, only for a short gain, and that is going to be it for the quarter. Boogie was able to get it out of his hand. A flag is down on the far side of the field at the 49-yard line. It's like it's going to be a hold of some sort. Holding on the offense, declined. And like we'll go to what we're going to just call halftime here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now about to play our second 12-minute period. But this time, no break.
Warriors getting ready for the second 12-minute timed period. So we'll take a timeout here briefly, and we'll be back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. Warriors first down after lost the yardage. Contine, though, right up the middle. all the way to the 45-yard line. That'll be a 17-yard pickup. Ball down to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 3 for Contine. Contine again, finding some room off the left side. Almost gets through. Contine down to the 34-yard line. First down, Warriors. Low snap, Contine finds a little hole up the middle. Another good gain for the junior. Six-yard pickup down to the 28-yard line. Little conversation between Doug Kelly and number 11. Got into it a little bit after that, at the end of that play. Good to see a little fire there from the rising junior, Big Doug, going into his second year starting at left tackle. The only returning starter out there for the Warrior offensive line. Contine again, same play. This time he got met right in the backfield by number 53. It's like he lost 3. So after a couple of really nice gains from Contine, right up the gut came number 53. Make that tackle. So back to 3rd and 7 now. Warriors with 2 receivers, McCarty and Livingston, CJ Livingston, Boogie at quarterback. And he drops the snap again, falls on it that time. That is kind of been a problem here for the Warriors. Either some bad snaps, or in that case, that ball just went right through Boogie's hands. He was anticipating a pretty heavy rush right there, so he kind of took his eye off the ball to probably try to pick up where the pressure was going to be coming from. Damian Willett going to check into the game. It'll be Willett and Livingston split out to the top of your screen. McCarty down here to the near side. I'm the Bulldogs. I'm doubling up McCarty down here. Boogie avoids the pressure, tries to dump it off to McCarty, and it's incomplete. That's going to bring up a turnover on down there for the Warriors. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Fontainebleau with pretty good field position with 8:39 left to go here in the spring game. We'll take a brief timeout. It's the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, it'll be first down for Fontainebleau. Ball at the 41. Number 10 at quarterback. They're going to look to go to the air. McCarty coming from the backside. They're going to call him down. McCarty came off the backside corner. Warriors have been kind of running that same scheme. They're just sending that backside corner on the short side, on the short side of the offensive set, where just the tight end and the guard are. We're able to get home a couple times. Livingston made a play earlier. McCarty made that one. 2nd and 16. Handoff up the middle. Going to get back that lost yardage. Champ Williams makes the tackle. Pickup of 6 yards back out to the 41 where they started from. And so it'll be 3rd and 10. Warriors need a big third down stop here with 7:24 left to go, trailing 7-0. Quarterback power up the middle. Nice play by Sampson. Again, coming from the backside. Warriors have done a really nice job of getting pressure and pursuing from the backside. Sampson again. Multiple stops that have been just like that. Gain of about 3 yards. Going to bring up 4th and 7. Ball at the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. It'll be a punt. Again, no rush here on the punt. Mayu will be back to return the punt. Wherever the punt is first touched, that is where the punt will be downed. So it is to Mayu's advantage to go try to catch the punt. Snap. Punt. Straight up in the air. That's going to have some backspin on it, and it's exactly what it does. Backspins all the way down to the 44-yard line, so a punt of 10 yards.
First down, Warriors.
Oh, home-friendly 10-yard punt. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the 44-yard line. Be Boogie back there, quarterback again, Contine in the backfield with him. Handoff to C.J. Livingston on the jet sweep. Broke one tackle and got hit pretty hard. He picked up nothing. Pretty good job of stringing that out and stopping that jet sweep. And we are at the 6-minute mark, so that means hydration timeout. So we'll be back. The Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors. Ball at the 44. Boogie drop back after the fake, going deep, trying to hit Willett. Got him! Damian Willett with the reception all the way down to the 12-yard line. 42-yard pickup. Boogie showing off the arm right there, taking the shot. So Warriors will have it in their best field position of the entire game down at the 13-yard line of Fontainebleau. Levinson in motion, fake, and Contine taken down in the backfield. The pressure came from the defensive backside. Contine looks like he's cramping up a little bit. They're going to take an injury timeout to go deal and look at Contine, so we'll take the timeout with them as the Warrior Broadcast Network. And Contine going to hobble off with the cramp.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for number 5, Nathan Contine.
Contine going to be now helped off the field by Coach Hutchins and Coach Clark. So 2nd and long now after the loss of about 4 yards. Kane Guitro now in the game. Going to pick up just a few, just shy of the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 11, so that's going to be 3rd down and 13. They need the 4-yard line for a first down, the 3-yard line for the first down. Boogie going to drop back the pass. He's going to have to take off. He's got some room, but he's also got a receiver. CJ in the corner. Touchdown, Warriors! First touchdown here in St. Michael's and Warrior Stadium for the Warriors. Flag thrown back towards probably the middle of the field. Let's see if I can find the flag. I don't see it. Yep, it's going to unfortunately back it up. It's going to be an ineligible man downfield on the Warriors. That's going to negate the touchdown. And so that'll be 5 yards back. One of the linemen just got lost and ended up too far down the field, and that's going to move it back to the 21-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 17. So take that back. That was not the first Warrior touchdown here in Warrior Stadium. Boogie almost missed that snap again. He's going to have to scramble out. A lot of pressure. 2 guys in there, but Boogie Got some moves, gets rid of it. McCarty inside the 10. McCarty makes the grab and gets down to the 8-yard line. They need about 4 yards for the first down. Yep, Coach Leger going to go for it. He might as well at this particular point in time. And 4th and 5, ball at the 8. They need the 3 for a first down. It'll be 2 receivers to each side. And timeout call by Fontainebleau. So we'll be right back as the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, 4th down here, 4th and 5. We're back here at Warrior Stadium for the spring game 2025. A historic day here in the history of St. Michael. Looks like a little motion, but they're not going to call it. Boogie scrambling out to his left again. He's going to tuck it, try to run, and he steps out of bounds at the 11-yard line, doesn't get the pass off, and that'll be a turnover on downs. That's just, the youngster next time be able to just make that throw, at least just toss it up in the end zone to one of your receivers to try to see if they can make a play. But the youngster will learn as he gets more and more experience. This is invaluable experience for most of these guys out here. Is a vast majority of these players that are out there on the field either have not played yet, have not played a whole lot at all, or have not played in the position that they're in. You got somebody like Peyton Dawson, for example, has now moved to inside linebacker. He played outside linebacker last year. Inside handoff, number 25, Sampson, Guitro, and others in there on the tackle with 2:47 and ticking. Brady Patton in there as well. Champ Williams and CJ in on that tackle. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 14-yard line. They need the 16-yard line. They need the 21-yard line. So 3rd and 5. We'll check with me in the sideline. Fontainebleau with their little light up numbers over there, conveying the play to players on the field. They're checking their wristband, a little motion from the receiver, and timeout Fontainebleau as we have 1:17 left to go in the ball game. We'll be back. It's the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. 3rd and 5. Warriors got to get the stop right here. Try to get the ball back. Try to at least tie this thing up. Roll out. Levingston pressure from the backside. C.J. Levingston gets there. Ball looked like it almost got knocked out. Levingston with the sack. 5-yard loss back to the 11-yard line. Great pursuit right there from CJ. So it'll be a punt situation. Clock is ticking down to 50 seconds. Timeout called by the Warriors with 49 seconds left to go. So they'll take a timeout. We'll be back. It's the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. 4th down for the Bulldogs. Punting from their own end zone. Much better punt. Mayu fair catches it at the 34-yard line. So the Warriors got to go 34 yards in 44 seconds. See if they can do it. All right. Nope, they're going to call it at the 35-yard line. So at the 35-yard line, Warriors got to go 35 yards in 44 seconds to score. 2 receivers to the near side, back on each side of Boogie. He's going to drop straight back, and he's going to get sacked. Just could not find a receiver. And Warriors are not going to take a timeout. They're going to have to get moving quicker than this. Clock is ticking down. 20 seconds left. Getting lined up. Down to 12 seconds. McCarty through his hands. Would have had the reception at the 31-yard line. So it'll be one last play here. 4 seconds left for the Warriors. Let's see if Boogie can buy enough time to launch this thing 42 yards towards the end zone. And he's got Jack Boyles, about 6'1". Got his brother, CJ, about 6 foot. Johnny McCarty, the single receiver to the top side, about 6 feet tall. If he can get one up, and they got heavy pressure. Boogie's just trying to buy time. He's all the way back to the 40-yard line. He needs to just let it go. Tried to hit Guitro, and that'll do it. And your final score here in the running time portion is 7-0. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here in this historic broadcast from the new Warrior Stadium. We hope you tune in as we bring more Warrior action here from Warrior Stadium come the fall of 2025. But for now, for myself, Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics, we want to wish you, as always, good night, God bless, and go Warriors.